Hello, hi, how you doing? It's Jackie Tomes here, the property strategist. Let's talk about the easiest route to making more money, because I know it's one of the real motivators for getting into property is creating loads of cash. So cool, so let's make sure it actually happens. And a big part of that is obviously reinvestment, being able to invest to be able to continue to grow your business. And no matter what stage you're at, from being right at the very start to having a deca £1,000,000, £100 million property business, you always got to reinvest to grow. So let's say for now that you have started to build a HMO business. So let's start over here. So you're building a HMO business. And in order to have a HMO business, you've got to really get some technical expertise across a few different areas. So sourcing, is that an S? Financing, so raising finance and how you're actually structuring that, so sourcing. F for financing. You've got to be able to actually do the refurbishments, know how to do it, how to cost it up, all the expertise within that. So R for refurbishments. And then you've got to know how to manage them to make sure that process actually works so you can actually bring in the cash. So that's the letting side. And across all of these different areas, you've got to be building up T, which is for the right team. So essentially you've got probably 5, there could be more, but 5 different areas that you've been building up expertise in. And you know what, it's working. You've wanted to get into HMOs, you've invested, you've learned how to do it, you've been on a course, maybe you've been on a mentorship, great, and it's working. Maybe you've got yourself a couple of investors, so you've been able to get yourself a couple of HMOs, and everything always takes longer than we want it to take. That's just life, but it is starting to work. So maybe you've set up 2 HMOs and they're giving you, say, £2,000 a month income. But you want more. £2,000 a month's a good start, but it's not going to be life-changing income at that kind of level. So how do you get more? So quite often the next sort of thought process at this point is, well, I want more money, this isn't going fast enough, so I should diversify and do something else in order to create more cash and start to build up those multiple streams of income. So developments, I'll go and do developments, that's quite often the thought process. But in order to start going from just doing HMOs into doing, say, land developments or conversions or whatever, you've got to reinvest, because there's a totally different area of expertise and knowledge there. So you've got to reinvest. So that's going to take time, it's going to take cash, because you've got to reinvest and actually get the knowledge to actually do that. So it's going to take time and resources. So should you actually do that? Or should you reinvest in what you already have? So, okay, so in this scenario, in the HMO scenario, it's working, it's slower than you want it to be. Say you've got to £2,000 a month. So you're at 2k per calendar month, let's say, but it's not going quick enough. Well, why isn't it going quick enough? What is slowing you down? Is it, okay, let's say it's a lack of investors that's slowing you down. Okay, so investors are essentially your clients. They're the people that you work with in order to provide a service, which means that you can then go and grow your business. So if in this scenario there's 2 investors that you've got 2 HMOs, so for every investor you bring in, you're essentially adding £1,000 a month to your cash flow. Let's try and keep this simple for the purposes of this. If you need more clients, you need more investors, what you're struggling with is marketing. That's the area that you're weak in, because you're not bringing in enough potential leads to be able to actually convert them into clients to do more HMOs. So, for example, if rather than saying, this isn't quick enough or cash rich enough, I'll do something else, which I have to go and spend more time and more resources into, if instead of reinvesting into something new, you actually reinvested into this. So, say you're weak in marketing. You spend £4,000 to go on a marketing course, say, and that teaches you how to actually refine your skills and your marketing plan within your business so that you can, over the next year, say, go from getting 2 investors in, say, a year to getting another 10 investors. And if it's £1,000 per investor, that would be an additional 10k per calendar month, which on a £4,000 investment, that's a pretty good start, and that's going to continue to pay you back for a long time. So Yes, we want multiple streams of income coming in, definitely, but the timing is really important, because this is the basis of a really strong, solid business that just needs to be tweaked within marketing to really rapidly change the cash flow, which, you know, maybe an extra 10 grand a month would really make a massive difference to your life. So if you can reinvest into those areas, get this business working really well, before you then start to say, right, okay, now let's set up the next thing. Maybe that is land developments. There's going to be different 5 areas within that. Sourcing would be different, financing would be different, developments are different. There's more skills and knowledge that you need to have to do that. You're going to need to have different management skills and a different team. It's a whole new business to set up. So if you can be really focused on your reinvestment to get the most out of what you've already got, that will be the quickest in terms of return on investment, better return on your time, quicker return on your money and your time. So yeah, take that as some food for thought and make sure that you are reinvesting into the things that are going to give you the biggest difference, create more cash, and ultimately just pull back a little bit, because there's always a reinvestment lag in everything you do. So this has taken probably a little bit longer to set up than you wanted. That's cool, that's life. So now let's push through and get the returns on this by tweaking it and making it work like a real business before spreading yourself too thin and doing something new. Hope that's helpful. Thoughts, questions, feedback, drop me a message below. Bye for now.